Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the Enterprise Singapore Board Bill seeks to merge the operations of IES and Spring into a single entity and also to transfer the fair trading functions of Spring to the Competition Commission of Singapore. The move to integrate the functions of Spring and IES would facilitate the provision of domestic and international state support to enterprises in a coordinated fashion, in the manner of a one-stop shop. Such a move may eliminate any potential interagency overlap or rivalries and reduce confusion and time on the part of enterprises seeking government support. Moreover, integrating all functions relating to fair trade under the new CCCS would have the same streamlining and rationalizing effect. Therefore, this is a step in the right direction, and I do not oppose this bill. The work of supporting local enterprise is critical so as to grow a third pillar to drive value creation and job creation for our economy alongside the pillars of MNCs and government-linked entities. I would like to ask a few questions and make a few suggestions in relation to the future and important work of the Enterprise Singapore Board, or ESG. Before I do so, I declare that I am the CEO of a research consultancy that works with a wide spectrum of end clients, including some SMEs. Firstly, there is a strong case for ESG to differentiate the account management approach it takes to enterprises according to whether an enterprise has limited growth potential and aspirations versus those with strong potential and ambitions. The term SME is a convenient shorthand which we all use. However, there are often big differences between the S and the M. Aside from just size, there are differences in terms of the mindset of the entrepreneur. Some SMEs are more focused on stability, have modest ambitions, and may not want to become the next Facebook. But others are more focused on growth and should be encouraged and supported to become dynamic job creation and value creation engines for our economy. For those enterprises, maybe small or mid-sized, not in a hurry to grow radically, largely domestically oriented and/or more focused on stability rather than growth, there is a case for supporting such enterprises with challenges like productivity, internationalization, and business succession planning so as to maintain jobs and grow wages. The approach taken to support these SMEs could be more oriented towards program administration, but on top of that, some of those enterprises could be nudged using incentive schemes towards sunrise sectors within their own broad industry or in adjacent industries where they have core competences that can be leveraged. On the other hand, there are enterprises that have the potential to become regional or global champions, those with the ambition, drive, and ability to become engines for job creation and value creation for our economy. These would need support in a much more open-ended way. The appropriate approach to support such enterprises would be to provide more aggressive support in a more holistic, responsive, and creative way. Such enterprises may need support in terms of human capital, recruiting, management, and expert talent. They may need support to obtain financing, where at some stages of growth, some SMEs continue to experience an inability to raise sufficient financing from capital markets, VCs, or banks. And they would need support in terms of internationalization and overseas market penetration, or even foreign direct investment, to locate parts of their global business supply chain abroad while keeping critical headquarters and other functions in Singapore. The optimal approach for such enterprises would perhaps involve tapping on whole-of-government resources to enable them to resolve problems in their overseas operations or to introduce them to sources of funding or potential partners, to cite two examples. Will ESG, therefore, provide different approaches in this manner to support local enterprises based on their needs, abilities, and aspirations? The different approaches that are called for may require separate divisions and separate operating styles in those divisions. Secondly, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, would the integration lead to companies being serviced by a single account manager, as in a single account management officer or account management team within ESG to avoid confusion and for maximum efficiency on the part of the company as well as the state? Thirdly, and to take this a little further, does the government try to arrange a single account manager for each company for government support across all agencies? That account manager could reside in different agencies, for example, STB for tourism-related companies. Anecdotally, it would appear that some companies sometimes may not be completely clear about whether there is a single government account manager currently along these lines. Fourthly, And relatedly, how will ESG's role be differentiated from that of other economic agencies like the EDB and STB? And how will this differentiation be conveyed to the companies that these agencies serve? Lastly, I trust that one area the new ESG will actively look into is how to catalyze links between Singapore companies when they operate in international markets. We do see such links between some foreign companies when they move abroad, some companies from foreign countries when they move abroad, whereby such companies cluster into specific areas or even buildings and business centers, share learnings and networks, and thus shorten the learning curve and lessen the risk for one another. This is especially important in difficult markets like Africa, which is probably the next and last frontier emerging market region. I would like to know what ESG plans to do on this issue. Mr. Speaker, sir, local SMEs, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, sorry. Local SMEs are responsible for half of GDP and over 2/3 of the jobs in our economy. The consolidation of most state support to local enterprises under one roof has the potential to create a powerful one-stop shop to support our local enterprises in ways that are appropriate to their entrepreneurial trajectory for maximum benefit to our economy. The Workers' Party supports this move to consolidate local enterprise support under ESG. Local enterprises need to be a strong third pillar of our economy alongside MNCs and GLCs. Right now, their share of value added is much smaller than their share of jobs, implying the need to move those capable and aspirational SMEs up the productivity ladder. And at the apex, we need to groom a critical mass of local companies to become globally competitive, with the center of gravity in critical headquarters functions rooted in Singapore. Thank you.